Today's discourse begins with what's going on in pop culture. Cat Williams confirmed that comedy is dead. Monique and Taraji P. Henson exposed the broken industry of Hollywood. If it's broken for one, it's broken for all. What happened to California anyway? At least judging by the homeless and drug population, tents in the Hollywood Hills? Baltimore? Is Atlanta getting worse? What's up with Chicago? New York City? America? Californication, my friends. The Californication of the world is the popular mental model that is corrupting the people who inhabit it and killing every industry, especially the creative aspect of life. The song Californication by the Red Hot Chili Peppers, released in 1999 as part of their album of the same name, stands as a poignant critique of contemporary American culture, particularly as it is manifested in the state of California and epitomized by the city of Los Angeles and Hollywood. This song, rich in metaphor and imagery, dissects the allure and the underlying decadence of the American dream as exported through the lens of Hollywood. The very title of the song, Californication, is a portmanteau, a blend of California, the U.S. state known for Hollywood, dreams, and an almost mythic status of opportunity and beauty, and fornication, a word denoting illicit sex. Right from its title, the song sets the stage for a narrative that intertwines themes of allure and moral decay, weaving a complex metaphor about the seductive yet corrupting nature of Hollywood's version of the American dream. The song begins by directly plunging into the heart of Hollywood, referencing the creation of movies and the dream of fame. Hollywood, in this metaphor, is not just a physical place, but a symbol of a wider cultural phenomenon, the selling of a dream, an illusion, a carefully curated image that glosses over the harsher realities of life. This dream is both a literal reference to the aspirations of countless people who flock to Hollywood and a metaphor for the deceptive veneer that the entertainment industry casts over the darker aspects of reality. Throughout the song, there are vivid images and allegories that paint a picture of a society obsessed with surface and image. References to plastic surgery, surgical enhancements, and the prevalence of synthetic beauty in Hollywood serve as metaphors for the artificiality and superficiality that pervade this world. The song suggests that in the quest for fame and the idealized beauty that Hollywood demands, individuals lose their authenticity, becoming mere products in a cultural marketplace. Moreover, the song delves into the impact of Hollywood on the global stage. The line, "Marry me, girl, be my fairy to the world, be my very own constellation," could be interpreted as a satirical take on how Hollywood sells not just to Americans, but to the entire world, shaping global perceptions of beauty, success, and lifestyle. This global reach is what the song terms Californication, the export of a specific Californian, or more broadly American, set of values and aesthetics that overshadow local cultures and ideals. The Red Hot Chili Peppers also use space and science fiction imagery, and Alderon's Not Far Away, It's Californication, to draw parallels between the fantasy world created by Hollywood and the far-off, unreachable realms of space. This metaphor suggests that much of what Hollywood produces is as disconnected from reality as a distant planet, fostering unrealistic expectations and ideals. Additionally, the song touches upon the theme of environmental degradation and the exploitation of natural resources, subtly critiquing the role of capitalism and consumer culture in promoting unsustainable lifestyles. This is particularly resonant in the line, "Destruction leads to a very rough road, but it also breeds creation," a paradoxical statement that acknowledges both the creative force and the destructive impact of this cultural phenomenon. The bridge of the song, with its references to teenage girls and the culture of celebrity worship, underscores the impact of Hollywood on youth and the formation of identity. This is a powerful metaphor for the way in which media and celebrity culture shape young minds, often leading to distorted self-images and values. The lyrics, "Firstborn unicorn, hardcore soft orn," juxtapose innocence with corruption, suggesting that even the purest elements of society are not immune to the corrupting influence of this new culture. In a broader sense, Californication can be seen as a metaphor for the American dream itself, a dream that promises freedom, opportunity, and success, but often at a hidden cost. The song implies that the pursuit of this dream, particularly in its Hollywood incarnation, can lead to a loss of individuality, integrity, and connection with reality. The allure of fame and fortune is depicted as a trap that ensnares not just Americans, but people all around the globe, perpetuating a cycle of desire and dissatisfaction. The Red Hot Chili Peppers also weaves in themes of technology and its impact on human relationships and society. Lines like, "Pay your surgeon very well to break the spell of aging," comment on the increasing obsession with youth and beauty, fueled by advances in technology and medical science. This is a metaphor for society's broader obsession with surface over substance, with appearing young and successful rather than cultivating genuine human connections and values. Throughout the song, there is a sense of longing and melancholy, mourning for what has been lost in the race for fame and success. The dream of Californication, while glittering on the surface, is shown to be hollow at its core. This metaphor extends to a critique of modern society as a whole, a society that often prioritizes appearance over reality, the superficial over the substantial. In the final verses, the song seems to suggest that the Californication phenomenon is unstoppable, that the world has been irreversibly changed by this cultural export. The dream that Hollywood sells is so pervasive and alluring that it has become a part of the global consciousness, shaping how people across the world perceive reality, success, and themselves. Californication is a rich tapestry of metaphors that critiques the Hollywood dream and its impact on both individual identity and global culture. It is a commentary on the seductive power of fame and the illusion of success, the superficiality of modern society, and the loss of authenticity in a world increasingly dominated by images and appearances. The song serves as a cautionary tale about the dangers of losing oneself in the pursuit of an unattainable ideal, reminding us of the importance of staying grounded in reality and true to ourselves. Non-player characters that are programmed by a program posed as humans don't know how to think, they see what's on the internet and media and imitate life. Outside of gaming, NPC can be used metaphorically to describe people who seem to follow scripts or social norms without much individual thought or critical analysis. Destruction leads to a very rough road, but it also breeds creation. And earthquakes are to a girl's guitar. They're just another good vibration, and tidal waves couldn't save the world from Californication. Not paying your workers in any industry properly will always lead to ruin. Sexual deviances, neglecting true business, nepotism, colorism, elitism, stealing ideas, an original idea or a unique way, also known as style, is the soul and identity of a true artist. Killing or attempting to steal the soul of an artist is an axiom in Californication. But as you can see, it always ends tragically sooner or later for the thief. The very laws that govern here, law-abiding citizens die by them too. But outstanding news for us all, power and access to it is free for the taking, now more than ever. Mental models as well. One of the most viral, oldest mental models is that of a street mentality, or to be specific to a region, a New York state of mind, or even more particularly Brooklyn. If you allegedly have a mindset that is privy to your part of town, I've heard those people say, "I'm from Brooklyn," or insert whatever hood they are from that they think makes them feel or look tough instead of running down their street resume or using their own name. Yet Californication is a mental model that every New Yorker has, but not every Californian has the New York state of mind coined by Queens rapper Nas, self-titled 1994. Born and raised by those who praise control of population. Well, everybody's been there, and I don't mean on vacation. Knowing that we have subscribed to the mental model of Californication. Mental models are frameworks or representations of how something works in the world. They are the thought processes or cognitive structures that we use to perceive, understand, and interpret information about our environment, aiding in decision-making and problem-solving. Mental models are formed through personal experiences, education, and cultural background, and they influence how we view and interact with the world. Here are some key aspects of mental models. Simplification of complexity. Mental models help in simplifying complex systems or phenomena by focusing on the most relevant aspects. They allow us to process and understand the complexities of the world more efficiently. Predicting outcomes. By using mental models, We can anticipate the consequences of actions or events based on our understanding of how things work. This helps in planning and decision making. Mental models guide our choices by framing information in a way that is most comprehensible and relevant to us. They shape how we weigh different options and consequences. Problem solving. These models assist in diagnosing problems and finding solutions by applying known frameworks to new challenges. Mental models help in understanding the relationships between different elements in a system. For example, a supply and demand model in economics helps understand how market dynamics work. Bias and limitations. Mental models are not always accurate representations of reality and can be limited by our knowledge, experiences, or biases. This can lead to errors in judgment or decision making. Our mental models can evolve with new information, experiences, and learning. This process is critical for adapting to new situations and for personal growth. Examples of common mental models include the Pareto principle, 80-20 rule, opportunity cost in economics, feedback loops in systems thinking, and the scientific method in research. To use mental models effectively, it's important to be aware of them, understand their limitations, and be willing to update them as new information becomes available. This helps in making more informed and rational decisions. In the realm of Californication, where millionaires, billionaires, and everyone in between thrive, we are now in need more than ever of an upgrade or a collective departure from this current mental model. Fellow Psychonauts. Psychonaut is a word based on Greek roots that translates to sailor of the mind. In English, it's a blend of psycho, a prefix used to describe mental processes or practices like psychology, and terms like astronaut, whose space traveling evokes being high or spiritual transcendence. The term was coined by German author Ernst Jünger in 1970 to describe the psychedelic, drug-induced experiences with his friend Arthur Hefter. The word psychonaut refers to someone who experiments with altered states of consciousness, particularly as brought on by hallucinogenic drugs like ayahuasca, for the sake of spiritual or intrapersonal exploration. While the term is often associated of drug use, a psychonaut might also experiment with meditation, sensory deprivation, lucid dreaming, and other mind-altering practices. Psychonaut, like the drug sense of trip, uses the metaphor of a journey to describe a hallucinogenic experience. By 1982, the term had become familiar enough that Pete Carroll used it as the title of his book, Psychonaut, which dealt with the practice of altered states of consciousness. The term has also gained additional familiarity as the title of a 2005 video game, Psychonauts, which depicts psychonauts as being spies that possess psychic abilities. SourceDictionary.com and Prophecy.com. My fellow psychitects, coined by Ryan at DesigningMinds.org, are said to have the idea of overcoming the seemingly fixed parts of themselves. They view the default state of their minds as an invitation to intervene and transmute. Free thinkers, creators, artists of business, artists of all industries, regardless of gender, sexuality, ethnicity, or race. We need you. Who has mastered the art of agriculture, the art of automotive manufacturing, the art of banking, the art of biotechnology, the art of construction, the art of consumer electronics, the art of digital marketing, the art of education, the art of energy production, the art of fashion design, the art of film production, the art of food and beverage, the art of gaming industry, the art of healthcare, the art of hospitality, the art of information technology, the art of insurance, the art of journalism, the art of legal services, the art of music production, the art of nonprofit organizations, the art of pharmaceuticals, the art of real estate, the art of renewable energy, the art of retail, the art of software development, the art of sports management, the art of telecommunications, the art of tourism, the art of transportation, the art of video production, the art of web development, the art of 3D printing, the art of aerospace engineering, the art of artificial intelligence, the art of blockchain technology, the art of cloud computing, the art of data science, the art of e-commerce, the art of environmental science, the art of genetic engineering, the art of human resources, the art of industrial design, the art of IoT, Internet of Things, the art of machine learning, the art of nanotechnology, the art of online education, the art of podcasting, the art of quantum computing, the art of robotics, the art of social media management, the art of urban planning, the art of virtual reality, the art of wildlife conservation, the art of yoga instruction, the art of zoology. Who knows the art of these things? What makes it art? The phrase the art of something is a metaphorical expression used to describe the skillful and nuanced approach to an activity, task, or discipline. It implies a level of expertise, creativity, and finesse that goes beyond mere technical proficiency or routine execution. When we talk about the art of something, we are referring to the following aspects: skill and mastery. It implies a high level of skill and expertise in a particular field. This mastery is often the result of extensive experience and practice. Creativity and innovation. The art of something often involves a creative approach, where individuals bring unique, innovative, and sometimes unconventional methods to their work. Nuance and subtlety. It suggests a sensitivity to the finer details and subtleties of the task or discipline. This can involve understanding complex dynamics and applying this understanding in a sophisticated manner. Personal expression. There is often an element of personal style or expression involved. The individual puts a part of themselves into their work, making it distinctive. Emotional engagement. The art of something frequently involves an emotional or passionate engagement with the work. It's not just about doing something well, but doing it with a sense of passion, love, or commitment. Intuition and instinct. It often includes a reliance on intuition and instinct as much as on formal rules or techniques. This intuitive approach can lead to more adaptive and flexible strategies. Elegance and aesthetics. There is typically an element of aesthetic consideration or elegance in the execution. It's not just about effectiveness, but also about doing something in a way that is pleasing or elegant. For example, when we speak of the art of cooking, we are referring not just to the ability to follow recipes, but to the chef's ability to innovate, present dishes beautifully, and bring a personal touch to the food. Similarly, the art of negotiation involves not just knowing negotiation techniques, but also understanding psychology, communicating effectively, and perhaps applying a certain charisma or personal style. In summary, the art of something transcends basic competency and enters the realm of extraordinary, personalized, and often aesthetically pleasing or emotionally resonant practice. Receiving that spark from art transmutes into inspiration with a little mental alchemy. Inspiration, a spark that ignites the human spirit, wields the power to transform lives, drive progress, and redefine possibilities. This phenomenon, both mystical and tangible, acts as a catalyst for change, creativity, and personal growth. At its core, inspiration is an emotional experience that compels action. It's the sudden rush of energy after listening to a powerful speech, the surge of motivation from witnessing an act of bravery, or the urge to create after observing a masterpiece. Unlike passive admiration, inspiration demands engagement and participation. It pushes individuals beyond the boundaries of their comfort zones, urging them to explore, innovate, and achieve. Psychologically, inspiration has profound effects. It elevates mood, boosts self-esteem, and provides a sense of purpose. When inspired, people often report feeling more alive, connected, and optimistic. This heightened state of well-being is not just a fleeting moment of happiness, but a driving force that propels individuals towards meaningful goals. In therapy and self-improvement contexts, inspiration plays a crucial role. It can be a lifeline for those grappling with despair, offering a glimpse of hope and possibility. For those embarking on the journey of personal growth, inspiration acts as a guiding star, keeping them aligned with their aspirations and values. In the realm of creativity and innovation, inspiration is indispensable. It's the seed from which original ideas sprout. Artists, writers, scientists, and inventors often credit their breakthroughs to moments of profound inspiration. This phenomenon transcends rational thought and taps into deeper levels of consciousness, unlocking novel ideas and unconventional solutions. Organizations recognize the power of inspiration in driving innovation. By fostering an environment that encourages creativity, curiosity, and open-mindedness, they create a breeding ground for revolutionary ideas and breakthroughs. Inspiration extends beyond personal boundaries and impacts society and culture. Inspirational figures throughout history have sparked movements, toppled unjust systems, and instilled hope in countless individuals. Their stories and actions resonate across generations, shaping societal values and norms. In the modern world, the power of social media and digital platforms has amplified the reach of inspirational content. Motivational speakers, influencers, and thought leaders use these mediums to spread messages of positivity, resilience, and empowerment, influencing a global audience. In education, the effect of inspiration cannot be overstated. An inspired student is more engaged, curious, and willing to take on challenges. Educators who inspire their students not only impart knowledge, but also ignite a lifelong love for learning. This enthusiasm for exploration and understanding is fundamental to educational success and personal development. On a personal level, inspiration strengthens relationships. When individuals are inspired, they become more open, empathetic, and connected to others. Inspirational relationships are characterized by mutual support, admiration, and a shared pursuit of goals. These connections foster a sense of belonging and community, essential elements for emotional well-being. Interestingly, inspiration has tangible health benefits. It reduces stress, boosts the immune system, and promotes overall well-being. People who frequently experience inspiration tend to have healthier lifestyles, demonstrating greater motivation to exercise, eat well, and engage in preventive health care. Perhaps one of the most remarkable effects of inspiration is its ability to help individuals overcome adversity. Inspirational stories of resilience, such as those of survivors, heroes, and leaders, provide powerful examples of the strength of the human spirit. They offer comfort, strength, and guidance to those facing challenges, reminding them that triumph over adversity is possible. Inspiration has a ripple effect. An inspired individual can influence their surroundings positively, creating a chain reaction of positivity and progress. This domino effect can transform communities, workplaces, and even societies. The effects of inspiration are vast and multifaceted. It's a force that nourishes the soul, fuels the mind, and invigorates the body. Whether it's through art, literature, science, or everyday acts of courage and kindness, inspiration has the power to elevate our existence, pushing humanity toward greater heights of achievement and fulfillment. In every sense, inspiration is not just an emotional experience, it's a fundamental aspect of the human condition, a vital ingredient for a meaningful and vibrant life. As we journey through our days, let us seek and cherish these sparks of inspiration, for they hold the power to transform our world in ways we can barely imagine. How do we receive inspiration? Alchemy, often regarded as the precursor to modern chemistry, is a philosophical and proto-scientific tradition that has been practiced across various cultures and historical periods. Its primary goal was to transform base metals into noble metals, particularly gold, through a series of processes involving the philosopher's stone. However, alchemy is not just limited to physical substances. It also encompasses a broader metaphysical aspect, often referred to as mental alchemy. Alchemy dates back to ancient times, with roots in Hellenistic Egypt, the Islamic world, and medieval Europe. Its practitioners, alchemists, were part mystics, part scientists, who sought not only to transmute metals but also to discover the elixir of life, a substance believed to grant eternal youth and immortality. The practice was shrouded in secrecy, with alchemists using cryptic symbols and allegorical language to veil their knowledge. This secrecy was partly due to the mystical and spiritual nature of their work, and partly due to the fear of persecution, as their practices often bordered on the heretical in the eyes of religious authorities. At its heart, alchemy was based on the belief in a singular, universal substance from which all matter was formed. This substance, often represented by the philosopher's stone, was believed to possess the power to bring about perfection, or the transmutation of base metals into gold. This belief was rooted in the ancient concept of the unity and interconnection of all things in the universe. Alchemy was deeply intertwined with astrology, Kabbalah, and other mystical systems, reflecting a worldview that saw the cosmos as a living, interconnected whole. The work of the alchemist was as much a spiritual journey as it was a physical one, seeking to reconcile the earthly and the divine. Mental alchemy takes these principles and applies them to the human mind and spirit. It's the process of transforming one's thoughts, attitudes, and perceptions to achieve a higher state of being. This form of alchemy is less about physical substances and more about personal growth and enlightenment. In mental alchemy, negative thoughts and emotions are likened to base metals, which through a process of self-reflection and transformation can be turned into positive, empowering beliefs and emotions, the gold of mental and spiritual health. Modern psychology offers an interpretation of alchemy as a metaphor for personal growth and self transformation. Carl Jung, the Swiss psychiatrist, was particularly fascinated by alchemy, which he saw as symbolic of the process of individuation, the psychological process of integrating different aspects of oneself. Jung believed that the alchemical process mirrored the journey of the psyche toward wholeness. The stages of alchemy: calcination, dissolution, separation, conjunction, fermentation, distillation, and coagulation were seen as steps in the process of psychological development and self-realization. Impact on science and culture. While alchemy never succeeded in its literal goal of transmuting base metals into gold, it laid the groundwork for the development of modern chemistry. Many alchemical practices, such as distillation and crystallization, became standard techniques in chemical research. Culturally, alchemy has left a lasting legacy in literature, art, and philosophy. Its symbols and concepts continue to inspire a sense of wonder and mystery, often representing the human quest for knowledge and understanding. In contemporary times, mental alchemy is often associated with self-help and motivational philosophies. It emphasizes the power of mindset in overcoming obstacles and achieving success. Techniques such as positive thinking, visualization, and affirmation are seen as tools for transforming one's mental and emotional state. Despite its rich history and influence, alchemy has been criticized and dismissed by many in the scientific community. Its goals and methods are often viewed as pseudoscientific, and its mystical and spiritual aspects are seen as ungrounded in empirical evidence. However, defenders of alchemy argue that its value lies not in its literal interpretation, but in its symbolic and philosophical insights. They see alchemy as a precursor to a more holistic understanding of the world, one that integrates the material and the spiritual. Alchemy, in both its physical and mental forms, represents humanity's eternal quest for transformation and understanding. While its methods and goals may seem outdated by modern standards, its underlying principles continue to resonate. The pursuit of knowledge, the desire for improvement, and the quest for a deeper connection with the world around us are timeless endeavors, as relevant today as they were in the days of the ancient alchemists. In a world that often seems dominated by materialism and disconnection, the lessons of alchemy, the importance of inner transformation, the power of the mind, and the interconnectedness of all things, offer a path to a more fulfilling and meaningful existence. Seconds, minutes, hours, and what we call human life have been numbered, and what we produce, our legacies, are starting to matter less and less with each generation, unless you make a massive impact that lasts more than a century. Depending on who you talk to, even that doesn't matter. And of course, teaching your children well enough to not follow the trending society to a spiritual death that results in turning them into flesh-eating zombies, relying on other people's ideas to oppose or adhere to for sustenance. A bullet of insight right between the eyes leads to their ultimate ego death, the feeling of true insignificance, by way of never fully having an original idea of their own or following concepts that were based on principles fueled in Californication, which results in the lifelong diagnosis of the Peter Pan syndrome. Their intellectual property turned into public property, repoed, resold, and redriven. Rinse and repeat until the next wave comes. Back to the future. What does that mean for us? For business? For art? Let's explore possible timelines. But first, let's get clear on terms in time-traveling, linear time travel. In this model, time is seen as a straight line. When someone travels in time, they move backward or forward along this line. If they change something in the past, it alters the future. Space may be the final frontier, but it's made in a Hollywood basement. Branching timelines. This concept suggests that traveling in time and making changes creates a new parallel timeline. The original timeline remains unchanged, but a new alternate reality branches off from the point of change. This model avoids paradoxes like the grandfather paradox, because the time traveler's actions spawn a new timeline where different outcomes can exist independently of the original one. Alternate realities multiverse theory. In theoretical physics and cosmology, the multiverse theory posits that there are potentially an infinite number of universes, each with its own unique set of physical laws and constants. In this context, alternate realities aren't necessarily created by time travelers, but rather exist naturally and independently. Quantum mechanics. Some interpretations of quantum mechanics, like the many worlds interpretation, propose that all possible outcomes of a quantum event occur, each in its own separate universe. In this model, every decision and event creates a new alternate reality. Time travel and changes. Sci-fi stories frequently explore the idea of time travelers altering events and creating alternate realities. For instance, a character might go back in time, change a small event, and return to a drastically different present. Parallel universes. Sci-fi also delves into stories where characters encounter or travel between different universes in the multiverse, each with its own history and version of events. Moral responsibility. If one can change the past or visit alternate realities, what moral responsibility do they hold for their actions in those timelines? Identity and consciousness. How do concepts of self and consciousness adapt if there are multiple versions of a person in different timelines or realities? Determinism versus free will. These concepts also challenge the notions of determinism and free will. Is the future predetermined, or can it be altered? Do alternate realities imply that every possible choice is played out in some universe? All potential experiences exist in the quantum field as a sea of infinite possibilities. When you change your electromagnetic signature, by changing how you think and feel, to match one that already exists in the field, your body will be drawn to that event. You will move into a new line of time, or the event will find you in your new reality. Back to the future. Coming from timeline number 1. Poverty level for a single individual is around $13,000 per year and about $26,500 for a family of 4. Timeline number 2. Low income. For a family of 4, this would roughly translate to an income between $26,500 and $53,000 annually. Timeline number 3. Middle income. Depending on the source, for a family of 4, this could be roughly between $53,000 and $156,000 annually. Timeline number 4, high income. This typically includes households earning more than double the median income. For a family of 4, this would be above $156,000 per year. Timeline number 5, upper income or wealthy. At the top of the income scale, this category includes the wealthiest households. There is no strict definition, but it often includes households in the top 20% of income, especially those in the top 5% or 1%. Considering jobs, careers, education, schools, and universities as portals, like public transportation that intertwine within these timelines, so networking and having the proper skill sets that are keys to opening doors to an ideally higher or better timeline is essential. Ultimately, we will get on the timeline of our positive chosen fate in life. That's if we realize we have a choice and utilize it. We will call that timeline X. Entering timeline X, studying your field, the student, and then entering another dimension into timeline Y, alchemizing your knowledge mixed with your natural ability, processing. And timeline Z, innovating in your chosen field. How does one get to timeline Z? When you change your electromagnetic signature by changing how you think and feel to match one that already exists in the field, your body will be drawn to that event. You will move into a new line of time, or the event will find you in your new reality. Changing one's electromagnetic signature, in a literal sense, refers to altering the electromagnetic fields that are naturally emitted by the human body. Understanding electromagnetic fields. Biological electromagnetism. The human body naturally emits electromagnetic fields, EMFs. These are generated primarily by the electrical activities of the nervous system and the heart, like the electrical impulses that cause heartbeats. Electromagnetic fields in the body can be measured, most notably in medical diagnostics like electrocardiograms, ECG, and electroencephalograms, EEG. The state of your physical health can influence your body's electromagnetic emissions. For instance, a healthy heart and nervous system will have different EMF characteristics compared to those in a state of disease. What you eat and drink can influence your body's electrical conductivity and therefore its electromagnetic signature. A well-balanced diet rich in minerals and proper hydration supports optimal bodily functions. Regular physical activity can improve cardiovascular health, potentially affecting the heart's electromagnetic field. Saying all this to say, in every aspect of life, in the mental model of Californication, nothing is sacred. Art is dead, nothing matters eventually. But to those who plan on living and thriving, what mental models have saved you or could have killed you? Which timeline do you come from? How will you make it from timeline X to Z? Quantum leap. From the adolescent dream of sex, drugs, and rock and roll to hyperproductivity to protect your peace of mind, your space. Until next time.